Hi friends, welcome to Power Yoga. This is our class from Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. Please take a comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall through your spine. As you find your seat, take a moment. Come into your breath. Inhale, exhale. I'll mention that my audio, when this class was originally recorded, did not come through. So this is a voiceover. Everything won't always match up in terms of if you're looking at my lips and movement, but a nice full class. Good. So continue here. Just find your place easy on the mat. Perhaps place a hand on your belly, a hand on the heart to further connect the breath through belly breathing into the ribs, into the chest, from the chest back down to the ribs and to the belly. Today I want you to think about the transitions through your poses. The moments to get into the pose, the moments to come out of the pose as the most important pieces. Let's tuck our chin down to the chest and roll your right ear over towards the right shoulder. Pause there for a moment and enjoy the stretch, release of tension, and then go back down, chin to chest and left ear to left shoulder. Again, just pausing for a moment. Easy come, easy go here. Drop the chin back down to the chest and slowly lift the head. Open the eyes if not already, and make your way on over to all fours. As you come to all fours, cat and cow. Drop the belly down. Pull the chest through, eyes and tailbone to the sky. Then on each exhale, you press down through the hands and knees around the back and tuck the chin. Good. Keep finding your movement, your pace here through several more rounds of cat and cow. Each exhale on that cat pose, really engage through the core. Nice and strong as you press the hands and knees down and away from you. Good. One more time through inhale and through your exhale in cat pose. We'll tuck the toes and come to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back here. As usual, just finding your way, pedal out the feet, shift through the hips. Do the things that feel nice for you. Anytime you feel a bit more tightness in low back or through the hamstrings, of course, bend your knees. Okay, let's step the right foot forward into our low lunge and just rock back and forth a little bit. You could have the right hand up on the right thigh to provide you a little bit more space, or keep the hands down. Rock back and forth. And then we'll take it into our revolved lunge. So now the right hand comes up to the sky. Give it a breath or two there and change to your down dog lunge. Bring both hands to the inside of your foot. Spin the back heel down. Press more weight into the back leg there to provide a little bit more spaciousness into our hips. So down dog lunge. Walk your hands back around now. Pick up that back heel and step it back into plank position. Hold nice and steady, strong at the top of plank, shoulders right over the back of our wrist. As ever, Nice little tighten through the glutes, lengthen your tailbone, tone the abdomen, and look a little forward rather than down. Nicely done. Downward facing dog, and let's take this into the second side. So lift your left leg up and back, three-legged dog, and step your foot all the way into that low lunge. Take your time to set up your stride, maybe bring the left hand to the left thigh so that you have a little bit more room, and rock back and forth here. Straighten and bend, straighten and bend. We're just looking to create a little more ease and opening through this movement. You've got this. All right, take it into revolved lunge. Left hand goes high. And again, we're thinking about how we transition in and out, one pose to the next. From there, you're taking it into your down dog lunge. Both hands come to the inside of the foot. Spin the back heel down. Start to press the hips a little bit up and away. The transitions of where the weight changes more into that backside make it easier to keep moving around. Step it all the way back now into plank position. Again, we're holding steady and strong at the top of our plank. Breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Nicely done. Drop the knees down and press your hips back to child's pose. Here in child's pose, you can walk your hands off to one side, give it a breath or two. And then after you've walked your hands to that first side, you'll come around to the center and walk your hands on over to the second side, enjoying that side body stretch and reach. And walk your hands back to the middle now. Come on up to all fours. And then tuck the toes and lift your hips, downward facing dog. Look forward to your hands, step or jump all the way to the front of the mat, and stand up, mountain pose. Here we are. Good. Let's lift our right hand up into the air and reach up and over towards your side. The left hand can hold on to your right wrist there to give you a little bit more. And maybe even cross your right ankle over in front of your left leg to just secondarily enhance that side body stretch. When you're ready, we'll come back to the center, give it a little bit of a shake out, and try it on the second side. Left hand goes up, right hand can hold that wrist, reach up and over. You can stick with it there or add that second cross, left leg over the right ankle. Really nice, full reach. Okay, and then come on back to the middle. Again, starting at the front of our yoga mat, right into our sun salutations. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your legs back into plank position and lower flat down to the mat, or add in a push-up there, and then everybody goes up and back, downward facing dog. We're getting right into things. Step your right foot forward into a low lunge. Take your torso upright, arms to the sky, and then bring the hands back down, step through plank, add in your push-up, downward facing dog. Left foot forward into your low lunge and walk yourself all the way into your high lunge, arms to the sky. Take a breath in, a breath out, and then right away, hands back down, step through plank position. Add in the push-up and stretch it back into downward facing dog. Good, look forward to the front end of your yoga mat. Step or jump all the way to the front. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. And then release the arms down by your side. We're there at the top of the mat in mountain pose. Nicely done here. Just take a breath in and a breath out, resetting for the next cycle. I had a lot to say here, but you, right now, nice and steady, mountain pose. Okay, here we go. Second round. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And step on back to plank. Add in a push-up. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward into the low lunge. Come on, upright. Spin the back heel down. Come on up into warrior two. Extend the arms in either direction. Gaze out over the front fingertips. Warrior two. And then circle the hands back down around the front foot. Step through plank position. We're adding the push-up, or you hold your plank, and then back to downward facing dog. And right into the second side. Step the left foot forward. Spin the back heel down. Come upright and extend the arms. Warrior two. Lower the hands back around the front foot. Step through your plank. Again, hold the plank or add your push-up. Take it into cobra if you prefer. And we'll move all the way back, downward facing dog. Look forward to your hands, step or jump, front end of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand, reach your arms all the way to the sky. And bring your palms together, center of the chest. One more round here. Inhale, lift your arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Add the push-up. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward into your low lunge. This time I want you to take it into a twist. You walk your hands up to the front thigh and hook the left elbow to the outside of the thigh into a twisted lunge. As you untwist, stay in that twist. Sometimes my voice here is a little ahead of the actions, but we've got a nice long steady hold of that twist, and then you'll come out of it, step back through plank position, add the push-up or hold the plank, and go back to downward facing dog. Now moving into the second side, step the left foot forward. Walk the hands up to the front thigh enough to tilt the torso a little bit forward, keep pushing your butt back, and then take the twist, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. That one was a little bit quicker. Untwist, come back through plank. This time lower it all the way flat down to the mat and lift your torso for cobra. And we change back, downward facing dog. Nice full stretch and downward facing dog. Closing out those sun salutations. Look forward to your hands. Make your way to the front end of the mat. Half lift, forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. and then palms down through your center. Take the arms back overhead, add in the side body reach and stretch again. Take it over towards the first side, cross the ankle in front, do all the good things, remembering how it came together before. Move across the center on over to the second side as well. So if you're leaning over to the left, that left leg comes to cross over. All right, so we come back to the center, release the arms, give everything a little bit of a shake. And we're going to come to face the long edge of the yoga mat here and take a nice wide stance. So in this standing pose section, it's less linking of the poses one to another. Think one at a time so you see real clear transition points. Turn your right toes out, triangle pose here, and reach towards the right side. Lower the right hand down to the ground and the left arm straight up to the sky. Imagine that your arms are like the 12 and a 6 on a clock face with one straight up, one straight down. The bottom hand can always be higher or lower to make that happen. Think of leaning back in the shoulders, back in the head, and a little bit of a turn up on that top hip. Inhale and come all the way back up. Extend the arms out and turn on your feet. So left toes out, right toes straight ahead. Hinge at the hips. Reach the arms, front arm forward, and push your hips a little back. Again, left hand goes down, right arm up to the sky. Breathe here, steady in triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. And then inhale and come all the way back up. Turn the feet parallel to one another, wide-legged forward fold. Take the hands down, head down. Lean more of your weight forward into your toes, lessen your heels. Feel free at any point, of course, to have a little bend behind the knees or even a lot of bend behind the knees to make this position a bit more accessible and open. And let's bring the hands on back to our waist. Push down through your feet and come all the way up with a nice long spine. Step your feet back together and give it a little bit of a shake out. Okay. We're ready, transition into chair pose. Both feet together or just a little bit apart. Bend the knees, sit back into the thighs. Extend the arms out. Try to look straight ahead or even up to the fingertips if that works for you. Stay with that deep chair sit. Sometimes the transition is more of a thought breath by breath, but staying in the physical pose, you've done it. Come all the way upright and now take a nice wide stance again. Set up in that star position. Extend the arms, the feet wide. And we'll go back around to the first side. Turn the right toes out, look out over the right fingertips and bend the right knee towards warrior two, but then we change it right into our side angle. So the elbow comes down to the knee, top arm, palm down overhead. Give it a good reach here. Not worrying about what comes next. Stay really present right here with your side angle position. Okay, and then we will transition into half moon pose. So if that top arm comes to your waist, you heel toe the back foot in until it's easier to shift the weight into bottom arm, bottom hand, so that the backside can lift up into the sky. Extend the top arm to the sky as well. Half moon is Ardha Chandrasana. Really thinking about how we're coming in, how we're coming out of the pose with as much connection as the centerpiece. Start to lower it back down, come through warrior two. And straighten the front leg, turn the feet parallel, and then turn the left toes out. Look out over the left fingertips, bend the left knee, and take left elbow to the knee, top arm, palm down, all the way overhead. Here in that extended side angle, you take a few breaths, a moment there. And then we're slowly working it into our half moon shape. So the top hand can come down to the waist, heel toe the back foot in until the weight gets more into left leg, left hand, so that you can shift and slowly guide right side of the body up. Right hand can turn back towards the sky here, really finding the gaze and steady point that work best for you. That's all a part of the transitions. From half moon, you slowly bring your way back into that long warrior two position and straighten both legs. Turn the feet parallel to one another. And send our way over to wide-legged forward fold for a second time. You could do the exact same thing with your hands and legs. Or maybe give yourself a secondary option. Hold on to your ankles. Sometimes I like to interlace the hands behind the back. Let the palms come more over towards the head, getting that big opening across the shoulders and chest. It's a lot to ask for. Wide-legged forward fold. Now, release the hands if they're somewhere else and bring them back to the waist, and then press down through the hands, down through the feet, come all the way upright. Heel toe those feet back in together, and we'll greet each other into Utkatasana, or chair pose. So as the feet come in, bend the knees, sit into the thighs. Nice long hold here. And come on up to standing. Let's shake it all out. Nicely done through our standing pose section. Okay, a little bit of balance work here. Tree pose to start with, something you're all quite familiar with. We're going to create just a little kickstand. Right foot onto the left leg here, and draw the arms up to the sky. Stay with that kickstand leg, or you could pull the foot higher up to the calf, or even above the thigh. Press your foot into the leg into the foot. Point the knee straight out to the side, toes down to the floor. Tree pose is Vrikasana. And we'll release the first side, release the arms down. Again, so that we can really feel all pieces of the pose, just one side, one pose at a time here. Let's take it into the left side, place the left foot into your kickstand, lift the arms, and either starting and staying there or dragging the heel higher to the calf or heel higher to the inner thigh. Always working that big external rotation as well as core strength and balance in tree pose. Okay, we come on down. We're going to go back over to the first side. Pull your right knee up and into your chest. Hands could stay on the waist. We're trying to get the knee at the same line as the hip here. Take the hands underneath the thigh to give you a little bit more support, and try straightening that leg. You could stay with this bus stop, or we're going to rebend the knee and try to hold our hands below the right foot. And then kick it straight again, to or towards straight for our standing sage position. Again, leg can be straight or bent, holding under the thigh or under the foot. We're going to try one more tricky position into a twist. So I like to rebend the knee, and then you're taking opposite hand to the outside of the right foot, right hand behind you. Big tone and turn here into that twisted standing sage position. Rebend the knee to release and let it all go. Okay? So we start with a bent knee. We're working towards a straight leg. You do to or towards straight. We're trying to go straight on and into the twist. Let's go to our second side. You will notice if looking at the video here that I've moved myself to stand against a wall so that there's a little bit more security. I was feeling quite out of balance this day when we recorded it. So always giving yourself those options. And I know in that, standing straight ahead, sage position here. Again, hands under the thigh or hands to the foot. Just looking at side by side, pose by pose, what's working. And coming into the twist here. If you can hold the right hand to the outside of the left foot, you do that all in a crunched in position and then try to work it straighter out. Left hand will go behind you so you can look to the side or even back over the back hand. So as much as we talk transitions in and out of a pose, we're just talking transitions throughout each day and really honoring what's working. Okay, we'll come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, and then step it on back to downward facing dog. We're making our way down to the mat here, and we'll stay steady lower to the mat for the rest of this practice. Lift the right arm out to the side and then up to the sky. And let's take it into our twisted or thread the needle position. So the right arm loops underneath the body. Set the shoulder ear side of the face down. Left hand is up to you. It can stay right beside your face. Reach out to the front, to the sky, or even hook to the opposite hip. And then the left hand comes back down to help you back to a neutral position and all fours. Take a breath in, a breath out there. And when you're ready, we'll go to the second side, taking the left hand out to the side or up to the sky, and then loop it underneath left ear, shoulder, side of the face down. Again, the right hand could extend just forward on the ground, up to the sky, drop it behind the hip. And then walk the right hand back beside your face so you can see it as it helps you come all the way back up to all fours. Breath in and breath out. Okay, extend the right foot back behind you, toes tucked, and lift the foot to about hip height. Let's try opposite arm and leg here for bird dog pose. So extend the left arm and the right leg. Stay right there. We're going to add on some more challenge points. Bend the right knee, reach the left hand back and around to grab hold of the foot. Elevated bow pose here, opposite arm and leg. The more that you push your foot into the hand and then actually use your arm hand to lift the leg a little bit higher, you'll start to create that spaciousness. When you are ready, release the pose back through bird dog and then down to all fours. We'll try the same thing on the second side. So extend the left leg up and back and the right arm out in front, finding that secure balance first, and then playing around with elevated bow pose. Bend the left knee, reach back, grab hold, and kick. Kick the foot into the hand, feel the chest lift and open. Keep looking forward or even up to help with that extension. Well done. When you're ready, release your hold and come on back around to all fours. Little moment for cat and cow always feels good to me after the work of elevated bow pose. And we're going to try to transition here from all fours into boat. So you cross at the ankles, sit the weight back, and then extend the legs and arms forward. Legs can be straight or bent. Awesome job. Go right into your cosmic abs. So if you lean over towards the right hip, hands to the left, and pedal, pedal, pedal. Lean it on over to the other side, pedal, pedal, pedal. What I'm doing on the video is a little bit different here, but we'll get there. Come on back into the center, and we're going to try to transition in and out of boat a couple of times. Sorry that the video and my voice are syncing up a little different. There's those cosmic abs, but let's try that movement. Cross at the ankles, you come through to all fours, and then from all fours, you try crossing at the ankles and coming back into your boat pose. Either playing around with these transitions to and from boat pose or into your cosmic abs from boat, just leaning side to side. Apologies for two different options there. I remembered a little off in terms of my sequence. Okay, from all of those transitions, we are one more time coming back around to plank position. So you got to cross at the ankles, flip it on through again, and lie flat down to the belly. Then reach your arms back behind you and lift everything that you can up off of the mat. Change, release it down, push back to child's pose. And from child's pose, when you're ready, come through all fours and place the right knee behind the right wrist for pigeon prep. With the right knee behind the right wrist, the heel tucked into the left side, walk the left leg back, fold over into your sleepy pigeon. Just nice full stretch and release, getting calmer, slower here as we start to wind towards the final pieces of our practice. All right, let yourself walk back up through the torso. Lean over towards that right side so there's room to swing the left leg around into a seated twist. With the left foot to the outside of the right, you'll tone and turn the abdomen. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh into your seated twist. So we've got a little combination here. We'll take it one direction. You come out of the twist and then step the right foot onto the ground so that we're in our seated figure four, hands behind you. You should have the left knee out to the side here. Ankle crossed over the right thigh. And the seated figure four, playing with how much you want to walk in the bottom leg or not. And then we're going to come into like eagle legs. You cross the leg all the way over. Lay on back, onto your back, and it becomes a supine twist with eagle legs. Send the legs over to one direction. Now we're going to reverse the sequence. So the legs come across the center. Take the other leg on top. So it should be your right leg on top. And then the legs go over to the left side, starting with the eagle twist. Now, of course, if the eagle legs in the twist don't feel good, you can not cross the legs and just stack them instead. So finding the transitions, if you will, and the opposing sequence order. From that supine twist in the second direction, then bring your knees in again. And now it should be the right ankle crossed over into the figure 4, and you rock yourself up to a seated position. So you've got that figure 4 shape in the legs, now with the left foot flat onto the ground, hands back behind you. Again, the closer the left heel comes into the body or the hands to the body, the more challenging that might feel. And from there, we go into our seated twist, letting the right leg cross over and twisting to look back over the shoulder. Left elbow either hooks to the front of the shin or the outside of the thigh. Okay, and finishing up this sequence, you come out of the twist and now you send that right leg back behind you and around so that you end up in pigeon position with the left knee forward. Fold it all the way down to your forearms. Enjoy your breath here. And as you're ready, gradually walk your torso back upright. Let's stretch into downward facing dog one final time. Just a good full body stretch. And from that downward facing dog, friends, I welcome you, as we typically do at this stage of class, to add in any last bits of movement, flow that would feel best to you. Do you need to transition back to a pose we've already done or add one more in? From those final poses, final transitions, then you take yourself to Shavasana. As ever, Shavasana can be on your back, that traditional corpse position, or if you wish, on your side or a seat of meditation. I'll sit and hold the space for you here, but I'll go quiet for a moment to give you time in this release. Still here with you. If you notice the mind starting to wander, jump from piece to piece, try to bring it back to your breath. Focus on the length of inhale, length of exhale. It's a great starting point. And then you're always welcome to stay here a little bit longer. There are those ready. Come on back to your seated position. Let's take a few community breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Bring the palms together, thumbs to your sternum. I bow great gratitude to each of you, to each other, and for this practice. Thank you so much. I hope this movement and time on the mat provides you a little insight and a warmth throughout this day. Until next time, thank you, friends.